Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome to another video. This is part 2 of the trilogy of videos of the recent year highlights covering the zxspectrum demo scene. They are based on the Subliminal Ecstasy Disc Mag article that I wrote back in November 2023. If you have no clue what the hell I'm talking about, the plan for this video is to go over all of the highlights of the zxspectrum demo scene on things that happened in 2022. So grab yourselves a beverage, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it because there were quite a few interesting things happening. Kicking things off in January 2022, DiHalt Demoparty took place in Russia. Usual with its usual different array of competitions, everything related to zxspectrum. New music, graphics, and executables were released. Special highlights to Fool's Mask winning the 256-byte intro competition, and also to Shiru, who won the zxspectrum beeper music competition. And he would soon also, after the party, release his massive music disc called 1-bit music compilation volume 2. Very good beeper music released by Shiru there. Also in January 2022 was still marked by the release of Scroller, a technical demo for the Spectrum, which ended up being nominated for the Meteorix Award for Outstanding Technical Achievement, and demonstrated how you could do full screen smooth scrolling in a zxspectrum, which was considered impossible until this day. Source code is also available, so check that out if you want to implement it yourself on your own demos. In February 2022, there was another record-breaking edition of Lovebyte with a total of 30 zxspectrum releases across the different categories: 8 bytes, 16 bytes, 32 bytes, 64, 128, 256, and 512. I know my powers of 2, amazing! We had intros from BZ, Ped, Goblinish, Super Rogue, Noro, Baze, Omega, Joker, Aki, Nick, and Shuran33. Myriad of zxspectrum demo seniors participating at Lovebyte this year. Special highlight to Joker's ass production that won the old school 512-byte intro competition. Celebrating the 40th year of the zxspectrum, there was a special event held in the LoadZX Museum here in Portugal, in Cantanhede. I was able to attend in person. See talks from different legendary and contemporary zxspectrum game developers. Some people related to the zxspectrum history in general. Timex Portugal people as well were represented there. And also I saw a fellow Portuguese demo scener, Lord Cox, is telling us about the ESX-DOS development. Very cool event here, and more information about that because I started having some connections with the LoadZX Museum, and we're planning an event for 2024, 4th to 5th of May in the museum again as well, called Synergy 2024. All of the sessions of this event in 2022 were recorded by the team at the museum. They're available at the YouTube page that they have. The link is here in the description as well. In March 2022, a sadder note, it was marked by the Russian army invasion of Ukraine. The humanitarian, immigration, and energy crisis that it created rippled throughout Europe and the world, affected Demoscene in several different ways, the world overall. A few Stop the War intros were released at this point, but I don't think Putin really watches zxspectrum demos, so he didn't care much. The war is still ongoing. We're now in 2024, so 2 years and a half of war already. The Eastern Europe demo scene often shared members between Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine, so this whole situation is quite sad, is abhorrent in many ways. Very depressing, but it is what it is. Not much we, the demo scene, can do about it. And it's not just Ukrainians that suffered from this whole situation, but also the people from Russia who are against the war also are left in a hard position because they are told by other people that they are the cause of the war when they have no control of what Putin does overall. Anyways, sad situation. I did not want to bring politics and war into this video, but it is the year highlight, so I have to mention that this happened since it did affect the zxspectrum demo scene in many ways. In March 2022, 8-Bit, the British demo group, released the ZX Spectrum slideshow titled Electric Dreams. They would end up releasing a whole series of different slideshows throughout the next couple of years, so more on them later. In April 2022, we had the Revision Satellites, another online edition of Revision, the largest pure Demoscene event happening in the world. There were a total of 3 ZX Spectrum releases at Revision in 2022, 2 of which placed quite well. A special hi to Quatuor by Darklight and Offense, who had debut on the ZX Spectrum 1 year before, and now also placed quite well again this year at Revision. Later in the month of April, we also had the speccy.pl party taking place in Warsaw in Poland. Was fully dedicated to the ZX Spectrum with many different categories of competitions. Many good releases like Impact by Joker, a new Stardust demo as well, Stardust being one of the most active ZX Spectrum demo scene groups on this current years. And the winner demo Attributica was also pretty good. So quite good releases at speccy.pl this year. In May 2022, P. Malin of Bitshifters made his debut on the ZX Spectrum scene, winning Outline Old School 256-byte intro competition with Bitplane Revolution, which you can see here, and more from P. Malin later in the year as well. In June 2022, Field Effects happened in the United Kingdom and saw the release of You Wouldn't by Oni, also his debut on the Specky demo scene, and it had this funny reference to an old anti-piracy advert, so that was quite interesting to see. July 2022 had several Spectrum releases all over Europe. In Hungary, we had the Arok 8-bit platform-focused demo party, which had a couple of Spectrum releases there. In Poland, we had the Lost Party, which had a very strong ZX Spectrum demo scene presence as well. And then in Norway, at Black Valley demo party, we saw the release of Kubelon by Darklight and Offense, which was also a pretty solid release. In August 2022, we had a couple more events with ZX Spectrum releases. Undefined, which is a smaller demo scene party in Russia with a few competitions dedicated to the ZX Spectrum. And then we also had the Xenium demo party happening in Poland again this year. Last year we had already had a few good ZX Spectrum releases, and this year again 4 new intros with special mention to the high quality productions made by the group Joker. September 2022 was marked by the death of the Queen of England, and also the Function demo party took place in Hungary, which once again had a few small ZX Spectrum representations. There was also the release of a new packer called the UPKR, which featured the Z80 targeted unpacker algorithm, which was better than ever. There was a small release by RMDA promoting this new packer, and it was also later re-released at the Cafe demo party in Russia. Meanwhile, Demodulation had a record-breaking 53C graphics competition that clearly shows the boom in popularity of this format in Russian demo parties. There were over 200 releases at this party in particular. For those who, like myself, who didn't know what the hell the 53C format is, it's a checkerboard pattern thing, and you're limited to colors by block as usual on the Spectrum, but with the cave add that you can do some multicolor because it's rendered in real time, so you can change the colors of the attributes, so you have extra colors available than you usually have of just doing a simple ZX Spectrum screen. There were some online editors for this, and a lot of people used that to fiddle around with the format, and there were a lot of submissions for this format. It became very, very popular. Cafe Demo Party took place in late October 2022 with the usual ZX Spectrum competitions. The 256-byte intro was won by Spin of Gogin, and the ZX Spectrum demo was won by Elysium State by Stardust, with some good competition by also ZX Spectrum veterans Sipcrew and the Super. Moving on to November, we held Inércia Demoparty here in Portugal, which I helped organize. It features some ZX Spectrum competitions, and we also invited the Lord ZX Spectrum Museum people to show up, give some talks. Very good connections with ZX Spectrum. Overall, we had a few new songs and intros released for the ZX Spectrum, and also a special mention to the executable graphics entries submitted by P. Malin. He did too, a very meta thing, and it's really cool to see as well. A couple of weeks later at Demosplash in the United States, there was the release of a Grungy Time by IQ Team, which was one of the best ZX Spectrum demos of the year. I'm still a little bit bitter that they didn't release it at Inércia, but very good demo nonetheless. And to round up the year, we had another edition of the VCCC Christmas Star Challenge. This year, even more entries of size coding, cold golfing things. This year, even more entries for the ZX Spectrum, as I was mentioned in the previous year. And I'll put the link of the video up here as well. And that's it for the ZX Spectrum highlight videos of 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some interesting specky Demoscene releases in it. Everything is linked on the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. Stay tuned for part 3 covering the year of 2023. Don't forget to like, subscribe, recommend the video to a friend, which helps a lot the channel. And if you really like this content and would like to see me do more like this in the future, please consider donating something to me through Patreon, patreon.com/psenough. Whatever you're willing to donate, it would be very much welcome. €1, €2, €5, €10, 100 million euros, any euros that you can afford would be very much used to keep this channel going and improving the setup that I have, and even finance some of my Demoscene trips to more parties outside to cover them a bit better. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye bye everybody. Have a great day.